We never expected nothing like this. Never.
What in the hell is going on here?
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Going in right now.
We're going to run a camera in Aladdin's cave.
For more than 224 years, Oak Island has guarded a secret that no one has been able to unlock. Since the discovery of the infamous Money Pit in 1795, more than 40 major expeditions have searched for answers. Millions of dollars have been spent, countless tunnels have been excavated, and some of the most advanced technologies in the world have been brought to this tiny island in Nova Scotia. Yet, after 2 centuries of searching, the treasure remains hidden. Many experts eventually concluded that Oak Island was nothing more than a legend, a story fueled by myths, coincidences, and false hope. But now, something has changed. In the grand finale of Season 13, deep underground scans and drilling data revealed unusual anomalies beneath the island. Metallic signatures, unexplained voids, and what some researchers believe could be an engineered underground structure have reignited one of history's greatest treasure hunts. For the first time in years, the possibility of a hidden vault no longer seems impossible. Could Rick Lagina and his team finally be standing above the discovery that treasure hunters have dreamed about for generations? Or is Oak Island preparing to reveal yet another layer of mystery? Before we uncover the shocking evidence found beneath the island, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because what you're about to see could change everything we thought we knew about the Oak Island mystery. The story begins in the year 1795. Back in 1795, 3 young boys, led by Daniel McGinnis, were exploring a small island off the coast of Nova Scotia when they noticed something unusual. Hidden among the trees was a circular depression in the ground. Above it, a branch appeared to bear marks that looked like they had once supported a pulley system. To the boys, it seemed as though something heavy had been lowered into the earth long ago. Their curiosity quickly took over. They began digging, unaware that they were about to trigger one of the greatest treasure mysteries ever recorded. As they dug deeper, they encountered a surprising pattern. Roughly every 10 feet, a layer of wooden logs appeared beneath the soil. It looked as if someone had intentionally constructed and sealed the shaft. By the time they reached a depth of around 30 feet, the boys were convinced they had discovered something extraordinary. Word of the strange pit spread rapidly throughout the region. Local residents became fascinated by the discovery, and speculation soon followed. Some believed pirate treasure was buried below. Others suspected a secret cache left behind by a mysterious organization. Whatever the truth was, the island had captured people's imaginations. What began as a simple excavation eventually grew into a centuries-long obsession. Over the next 200 years, dozens of companies, investors, engineers, and treasure hunters attempted to uncover what lay beneath the island. More than 40 major excavation projects were launched. Massive drilling systems, heavy equipment, and increasingly sophisticated technology were brought to the site. Altogether, the search is believed to have cost well over $100 million. Yet, despite all those efforts, the legendary treasure remained out of reach. Instead of solving the mystery, every new investigation seemed to create even more questions. Explorers discovered evidence of flood tunnels, strange carved stones, fragments of old structures, and underground anomalies that suggested human engineering. Each clue deepened the fascination surrounding Oak Island and strengthened its reputation as one of the world's most enduring unsolved mysteries. Today, many believe the search may finally be approaching a turning point. At the center of that search is Rick Lagina, a man whose connection to Oak Island stretches back to childhood. Growing up in Michigan, Rick first learned about the Money Pit when he read an article about the mystery at a young age. While most readers viewed it as an interesting story, Rick saw it as a puzzle that demanded an answer. The mystery never left him. For decades, he studied every piece of information he could find. Historical documents, maps, excavation reports, and theories all became part of his research. However, investigating Oak Island firsthand required enormous resources, making the dream difficult to pursue. That changed when his younger brother Marty Lagina became involved. Unlike Rick, Marty approached the mystery from a more practical perspective. As an engineer and successful businessman, he initially questioned many of the claims surrounding Oak Island. But after examining historical records and evidence gathered by previous expeditions, he began to wonder if there might truly be something hidden beneath the island. Together, the brothers made a decision that would transform the search forever. They acquired control of significant portions of Oak Island and launched a new phase of exploration using modern technology. Television coverage brought additional attention and resources to the project, allowing the team to employ advanced drilling systems, underground imaging equipment, sonar technology, metal detection tools, and detailed geological surveys. For the first time, investigators had access to technologies that earlier treasure hunters could only dream about. Yet, despite the sophisticated equipment and large-scale operations, Rick's objective never changed. He wasn't simply looking for treasure, he wanted answers. Was there really a hidden vault beneath Oak Island? Had someone deliberately concealed something valuable centuries ago? Or had generations of explorers been chasing a legend built on misunderstandings and coincidence? Those questions continue to drive the search today. And according to Rick and Marty Lagina, they may now be closer than ever to uncovering the truth behind the greatest treasure mystery in modern history. Season 13 marked the most ambitious excavation project the island had ever seen. Rather than relying solely on small drilling tests, the team developed a large-scale strategy designed to investigate the entire underground system surrounding the Money Pit area. Their primary focus became a location known as the Garden Shaft. Although the shaft itself was not new, it held enormous significance. Originally excavated during the 19th century, it had gradually filled with debris, water, and collapsed material over the decades. The team believed that restoring this shaft could provide direct access to critical areas connected to the original Money Pit system. To accomplish this, massive equipment was brought onto the island. Towering cranes, specialized drilling rigs, hydraulic excavators, and industrial support systems operated continuously throughout the excavation. The site often resembled a major construction project rather than a treasure hunt. Day after day, crews removed enormous amounts of soil and rock, while reinforcing the shaft with steel casing to ensure safe access to greater depths. At the same time, sophisticated exploration technology played a vital role. Small, high-definition cameras were lowered into boreholes, allowing investigators to examine underground layers in remarkable detail. Sonar imaging, geological mapping, and ground-penetrating radar were used to build a clearer picture of what might exist beneath the surface. As the excavation progressed, several discoveries increased excitement among the team. Ancient timber structures were recovered from underground, providing strong evidence that human construction activities had once taken place deep below the island. To many investigators, these findings suggested that the underground system was not entirely natural. Rick Lagina frequently pointed to these discoveries as signs that something important had been intentionally hidden. By the middle of Season 13, confidence within the team was growing. Many believed they were approaching the area long associated with the legendary Money Pit treasure. Then came the discovery that changed everything. As drilling and underground analysis continued, researchers began detecting unusual signals far below the surface. These readings immediately attracted attention because they differed from typical geological formations. High-resolution scans identified several anomalies at depths ranging from approximately 90 to 110 feet. Certain areas appeared to contain empty spaces or structures, unlike the surrounding soil. In other locations, drilling samples revealed unexpected metallic concentrations. The data was intriguing, and for some experts, potentially significant. If the readings were accurate, they could indicate the presence of a man-made chamber, a sealed cavity, or an engineered feature hidden beneath Oak Island. For a mystery that has remained unsolved for more than 2 centuries, this was exactly the kind of evidence researchers had hoped to find. The presence of these metallic readings suggested that some kind of man-made object or structure could be buried at that depth. When the data first appeared on the team's monitors, the atmosphere reportedly changed instantly. For a moment, nobody seemed to know what to say. If the readings were accurate, they could represent one of the most significant clues ever uncovered on Oak Island. What made the discovery even more intriguing was the shape of the anomalies. The scans revealed patterns that appeared unusually organized rather than random. Instead of looking like ordinary geological formations, certain sections resembled outlines of structures made from wood, stone, or other materials. Some specialists suggested that these signatures could point to a sealed chamber, a hidden corridor, or even part of a larger underground network. Geologists remain careful in their assessment. While they emphasized that the evidence was not yet conclusive, they admitted that the combination of voids and metallic signals increased the likelihood of a human-made structure beneath the island. For Rick Lagina and his team, that possibility was impossible to ignore. Standing near the excavation area, Rick reflected on the significance of the discovery, explaining that if the signals truly represented what the team suspected, they might finally be standing at the threshold of Oak Island's greatest secret. That is why many observers consider Season 13 a pivotal chapter in the island's long history. After more than 2 centuries of failed searches, there is a growing belief that the mystery may finally be beginning to reveal itself. Yet one question still remains. Do these underground anomalies lead to a hidden treasure vault? Or will Oak Island once again add another unanswered chapter to its legendary story? Artifact discoveries that change the investigation. While massive drilling equipment and deep excavations often attract the most attention, some of the most important clues on Oak Island have come from much smaller discoveries. Throughout years of exploration, investigators recovered a variety of artifacts buried beneath the island. Individually, many of these finds seemed insignificant. Together, however, they painted a much more compelling picture. Among the most notable discoveries were large timber beams recovered from considerable depths underground. In several cases, wooden structures were found nearly 100 feet below the surface. Experts noted that finding timber at such depths is highly unusual under normal conditions, suggesting the wood was likely placed there intentionally. Analysis of several samples indicated that some of the material could be centuries old. The discoveries did not stop there. Excavators also recovered iron objects from different parts of the island, including spikes, nails, and fragments of metal hardware. Studies suggested that some of these items dated back to the 17th and 18th centuries, indicating that significant activity may have taken place on Oak Island long before modern investigations began. Researchers became even more fascinated when old coins and carved stone fragments were uncovered. Certain stones appeared to contain unusual markings and symbols that continue to spark debate among historians. Some believe the carvings may have served as markers connected to hidden structures or underground pathways. Others argue they could be part of a coded system whose meaning has been lost over time. As more evidence accumulated, Rick Lagina and his team became increasingly convinced that Oak Island was not simply the product of natural forces. The combination of deep wooden structures, metal artifacts, and engineered-looking features suggested that extensive construction work may have occurred beneath the island centuries ago. If true, it would imply that someone intentionally built a sophisticated underground system designed to conceal or protect something of great importance. And that possibility continues to fuel the mystery today. The flood tunnel mystery. One of the most fascinating theories surrounding Oak Island involves an underground defense system commonly known as the flood tunnel theory. The idea emerged during some of the earliest excavation attempts at the Money Pit. According to historical accounts, workers digging deeper into the shaft suddenly encountered a major obstacle. At roughly 90 feet below the surface, seawater began rushing into the excavation. Before long, the pit became completely flooded, forcing the operation to stop. At first, many assumed the flooding was simply a natural occurrence. However, later discoveries raised new questions. During investigations at Smith's Cove, researchers uncovered what appeared to be unusual underground structures. Layers of stones, wooden materials, and coconut fiber were discovered arranged in ways that seemed deliberate rather than natural. The coconut fiber attracted particular attention. Since coconut trees do not grow anywhere near Oak Island, the material must have been transported from another region. Its presence suggested that someone intentionally placed it there long ago. This finding gave new life to the flood tunnel theory. According to the theory, an elaborate network may have been constructed to protect whatever lay beneath the Money Pit. If anyone attempted to dig too deep, seawater would be redirected through hidden channels, flooding the excavation and preventing access to the target area. In essence, it would function as a centuries-old security system. Imagine the level of planning required to create such a mechanism. If the theory is correct, the builders not only concealed a vault underground, but also engineered a method to protect it from future intruders. That possibility is one reason why Oak Island is viewed as more than just a treasure hunt. It may represent an extraordinary engineering achievement from centuries ago. And for Rick Lagina and his team, the complexity of the system suggests one important possibility. perhaps something valuable still remains hidden below. Expert reactions to the new findings. As new discoveries emerged from Oak Island, interest expanded far beyond the treasure hunting community. Archaeologists, geologists, engineers, and historians all began examining the evidence with growing curiosity. The unusual scan results, drilling data, and underground anomalies uncovered during Season 13 sparked serious discussion among specialists. Some geologists noted that the detected voids and metallic signatures did not resemble typical natural formations. Normally, naturally occurring underground cavities appear irregular and unpredictable. Yet several of the anomalies detected beneath Oak Island displayed patterns that seemed surprisingly structured. According to some experts, the combination of deep voids, old wooden beams, iron artifacts, and metallic readings creates a scenario that is difficult to dismiss as mere coincidence. They argue that these clues could indicate the presence of a hidden chamber or an engineered underground system. Not everyone agrees. Many historians and archaeologists remain cautious, pointing out that Oak Island has generated dramatic theories for generations. They argue that no conclusion can be reached until investigators uncover undeniable proof, such as a clearly identifiable chamber or a significant artifact directly connected to the mystery. Even so, other researchers believe the recent findings represent the strongest evidence seen in decades. For the first time, multiple lines of evidence appear to be converging at once. Historical artifacts, underground anomalies, possible flood control structures, and indications of human construction activity. Taken together, these clues have strengthened the argument that something unusual may indeed exist beneath the island. Rick Lagina often remarks that every answer uncovered on Oak Island seems to generate even more questions. Each discovery adds another layer to the puzzle, rather than solving it completely. Perhaps that is why so many experts now view Oak Island not only as a treasure mystery, but also as a historical and engineering enigma unlike any other. The estimated value of the treasure. The question people have asked for generations is simple. If a treasure really is hidden on Oak Island, how much could it be worth? Over the years, countless theories have attempted to answer that question. Some suggest the island conceals pirate loot. Others point to Spanish treasure fleets, lost royal wealth, or valuables connected to secret organizations. While nobody knows the truth, researchers have attempted to estimate the potential value of a hidden vault based on historical records and modern market prices. According to some treasure analysts, if a legendary vault truly exists beneath Oak Island, it could contain gold coins, silver objects, jewelry, and rare historical artifacts accumulated over centuries. When those possibilities are compared against current precious metal prices and the value of unique historical relics, the numbers become astonishing. Some estimates place the potential worth of such a discovery somewhere between $250 and $300 million. That figure alone explains why Oak Island continues to captivate treasure hunters, historians, and curious viewers around the world. If such a vault were ever discovered, it could rank among the most valuable treasure finds in modern history. One reason the Oak Island mystery continues to fascinate people around the world is the incredible value that could be hidden beneath the island. If a sealed vault truly exists, it may contain far more than gold and silver. Centuries-old coins, rare relics, royal possessions, and historically significant artifacts could be worth many times more than their weight in precious metals. For collectors, historians, and museums, such discoveries would be priceless. That is why many researchers believe that if Rick Lagina and his team eventually uncover the legendary vault, the discovery would represent much more than a successful treasure hunt. It could finally solve a mystery that has challenged explorers for over 2 centuries and secure its place among the greatest treasure discoveries ever made. Even so, uncertainty still surrounds every theory. Oak Island has a long history of producing promising clues, only to deepen the mystery even further. Because of that, many experts continue to approach new discoveries with caution and skepticism. Yet one possibility remains impossible to ignore. If the theory of a hidden vault worth as much as $300 million turns out to be correct, Oak Island would forever become one of the most extraordinary treasure stories in history. And Rick Lagina could be remembered as the man who finally unraveled a mystery that has endured for more than 224 years, the final excavation. What lies beneath? The search seemed closer than ever to a breakthrough. For generations, treasure hunters had attempted to reach whatever was hidden beneath the money pit. Time after time, excavations were defeated by flooding, collapsing tunnels, and unexpected setbacks. But this time, Lagina and his team were determined to take the investigation further than any previous expedition. The restoration of the garden shaft proved to be a major turning point. For the first time, the team had a reliable route that could potentially lead them to the same depths where unusual underground signals had been detected. Engineers and drilling specialists carefully designed a plan focused on gathering as much information as possible before any major excavation took place. The first step involved deeper and more precise drilling. Powerful drilling systems were deployed to penetrate further underground, while collecting detailed samples of soil and rock. Every core sample was examined carefully in the hope that it might reveal evidence of hidden structures below. But drilling alone was not enough. The team also introduced advanced camera probes capable of entering extremely narrow spaces. Whenever drilling data suggested the presence of a cavity, void, or unusual feature, these cameras could be lowered into the opening to capture direct images from beneath the surface. For Rick, this technology represented one of the most important tools in the entire investigation. He has often stated that the only way to truly solve the Oak Island mystery is to see what actually exists underground. If one of those camera systems managed to enter a hidden chamber, the world could finally witness the answer that generations of treasure hunters have been searching for. At the same time, preparations were made for a highly controlled excavation process. And if you're as fascinated by the mystery of Oak Island as millions of others around the world, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned, because the next discovery could reveal a secret that has remained hidden beneath the island for more than 200 years.